Hi kindergarten, it's Miss Luxa. Today we're talking about the 4 seasons in 1 year. That's what the cover of this wheel that I'm making says. I'm making a wheel to talk about and represent the 4 seasons. I put my name there. It says Miss Luxa. On the cover we have the sun and a leaf and a snowflake and a flower to represent these 4 seasons. And we're going to talk about the seasons right now. So let's start with spring. That's what we're in right now. There's springtime, and then summer, and then autumn, which is also called fall, and then the winter. So let's look at these a little bit more closely. Right now I'm working on coloring in the side of the wheel for the spring. I'm using green to represent this season because in the spring it might start out a little bit cold, but then it gets cooler. And then it starts to warm up a little bit. There's usually some sun, and there's also a lot of rain in the spring because a lot of things are growing. So in the picture, there's 2 kids underneath an umbrella. Have you ever heard the saying, April showers bring May flowers? It rains a lot in April, and then the things like plants and flowers grow in May. That's what that season means. And there's the flower that I'm coloring in. In the springtime, you might wear shorts or long sleeves because sometimes it's a little bit chilly. You might wear a light jacket or pants. The weather changes a lot in the spring. So let's talk about which months are in the springtime. I'm coloring it in at the top. So we have April, May, in June. Parts of June are in the springtime, but not all of June. So now we're looking at summer. Everybody loves summer. It's super warm. We're out of school. It's usually pretty warm in the summer, but it can also get pretty hot. There's usually a lot of sun. There can be rain in the summer too. Lots of storms and clouds. In the summer, you usually wear short sleeves and short pants, maybe dresses or skirts. If you go swimming at the pool or at a beach, like the people in the picture that I'm drawing, then you might wear a bathing suit. Anything to keep you cool because it's so hot outside. Some activities you can do in the summer, like these people, they're at the beach or the pool. You can play outside. You can ride your bike. There's so many fun things to do in the summer. So let's talk about the months. July is in the summer. So is August. And then a little bit of September is in the summer too. And then we move into autumn. I'm coloring this one red. So autumn is also sometimes called fall. The big thing that happens in the fall is the leaves fall from the trees because it's really hot in the summer and then it starts to cool down. It gets a little bit cooler and the leaves fall off of the trees. So you might see some sun still, maybe some wind, like when you see all those leaves move around in your yard. There's usually some rain in the fall too. You might even see a little bit of snow. That happens sometimes. Some clouds. You're probably going to want to wear similar to what you would wear in the spring. So short or long sleeves and pants and a light jacket or maybe a bigger jacket because it's getting cooler in autumn. And there I am coloring in all the leaves that fall from those trees. let's talk about the months. So October and November and a little bit of December are in the autumn or the fall. And then last but not least, we have winter, and coloring this piece of the wheel with blue. And there's usually a lot of snow in the winter because it goes from cool to cold, sometimes even freezing cold. There's usually some rain sometimes, but most of the time the rain turns into snow, like we just said. And sometimes if it gets really, really cold, that snow can turn into ice, which is super slippery. In the winter time, you probably are going to want to wear long sleeves and long pants and a big coat to keep you warm. It's fun to play outside in the snow, but you gotta bundle up. Wear your hat and gloves, maybe a scarf like the snowman in my drawing. And now let's talk about the months that are in the winter. So it's a little bit of December, January, and February, and it goes a little bit into March. So there's our wheel, it's done. And now we're gonna put the cover on it and take a final look at what we just learned. So I found a paper clip and I made a little bit of a hole in both of the papers so that I can put the cover onto the wheel and make it stick, and then we can slide the wheel around just like this. So here are the 4 seasons. Let's start with spring like we did earlier. And then summer. And then autumn. So let's go over the seasons again. We'll start with the spring because that's the season we're in right now. So here's spring. It's April, May, and a little bit of June. We move to the summer. We have July and August. Transition in September, then we're in autumn with October, November, and just a little bit of December, which moves us into winter with January and February and a little bit of March, and then we're back to spring. Thank you so much for listening. What's your favorite season?